Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make a slide ability in Roblox that is up to date and won't cause your character to trip. So let me just make a quick example. This would typically make your character trip if they slid into this. So I'm also going to make a second one that's taller, and then a third one that's at a slope to show that tripping can be stopped easily if you know what to do. So yeah, now I have these. I'm gonna use this to make my animation. So no, I don't want to do that. So I click on plugins, animation editor, call the animation slide, click on create, make sure to click on this loop button right here. The 3 bars, set animation priority. I use action 3 for this sort of movement, but so here's my slide animation. You want to make sure to save it. Close your animation editor. Go to your Explorer. Inside your R6, animation saves. Right click on slide. Save to Roblox. Make sure it's the correct creator. And then click on the ID that you get to copy the ID. So now inside of starter player, starter character scripts, add a local script. Let's call it slide. So first we'll make a variable called slide animation, which equals instance.new animation. You don't need to parent it. So then you make slide animation.animation ID equal to rbx asset ID : / and then ... to add to the string, to string, and then paste. So this will make your animation. So then local slide force equals 1700. This is just the value I like. And then we need local character equals script.parent, local humanoid equals r for child humanoid. So here's a simple character. And then once we have this, we want to go down and do game get service, user input service, the input began, connect, function, I, GPE. If GPE, then return end. So this GPE is if you're typing it in chat. You don't want to slide when you're typing in chat. This I is whether or not is like the input object. So you do. I also need another variable called can slide. Make sure to default to true. So then i.keycode. If i.keycode is equal to enum.keycode.q, and you can slide. So this is going to be your slide code. So can slide equals false. So then you want to make the local slide equals instance.new vector force. And local a0 equals instance.new attachment. And we're going to put this into character that humanoid root part. So then we want to do slide.attachment 0 equals a0. Slide.force. This is the kind of confusing part. You want to set it equal to character.humanoid root part .look vector times vector 3.new slide force 0 slide force. The 0 makes it so it will be affected by gravity and it won't move down because of the thing. And then we want to local t equals humanoid dot animator load animation slide animation. Then we need t on play. and then slide dot parent equals character dot can't type humanoid root part, and then slide dot enabled equals true. And then for underscore equals 1.8 do, we wait 0.1 seconds. Then we'll do slide dot force times equals, actually easier, 0.7, so it'll decay. So then at the end of this, what we want to do is slide destroy t stop. So we'll stop the animation and we'll destroy the track, and then can slide equals true. And I probably have a bug, but let's test it. One thing I forgot to mention is inside of game settings, let me just save this to Roblox. So you want to go to game settings, avatar, make avatar type to R6, and I like setting the animation to standard, but that is not required. You just want to set the avatar type to R6. I forgot to mention, I want to do A0 destroy as well. And also up here you want to set slide up relative to equals world in a string. Alright, there. So the problem was that the force was too low. But as you can see, now we have a slide mechanic. And if you want to make it decay a bit slower, or just not decay as much, you can change this weight to be like something like 0.05. It won't decay as much. Or one thing else you can do is change this to, what I like is 0.09. And then I want to run this 16 times. So this is really just tuning to make it exactly how you want it to be. The only problem is if you jump, then your force will be really high. So you want to maybe reduce that a bit. So what you want to do is add a script in script service, call it player, well the name's not required, but you name it something and do game dot player added connect function player. So then player dot character added connect function character. And you want to wait a bit so everything loads, and then for second. So for every single child inside of the character, we want to do if v is a base part. So if it's a base part, then what we want to do is v dot massless equals true. That's it for the player preloader. Since the player now has mass, you want to reduce the slide velocity quite a bit. 12,000 might even be too much. No? So what we want to do, so I'm going to increase that up to 1700. So yeah, now we have a slide. But the problem is, if I come over here, you see how I got tripped? We don't want the player to trip. We want just the player to try and go over it. Because that just makes for not fun gameplay, how it is right now. You don't need to worry about tripping on these tall surfaces though. So there's a super easy way to fix this. Go into your local script, then here do humanoid, and then set state enabled enum.humanoid state top.falling down false. Copy this line of code, change it to ragdoll. So now the player won't be able to fall down or ragdoll, because falling down is a trip. So now as you can see, I am not tripping, and instead my character's trying its hardest to come back up it. So that's how you make a slide system without any trip, with the latest Roblox stuff.